Hello, this is Galen Wixon, President and CEO of the Lubbock Symphony, and I have special guests here today with me for this edition of ClefNotes. I'm going to speak to Ross and Jacob Hamil here in just a minute. Wanted to thank all of our listeners for helping the LSO with such a successful 24-25 Masterwork season that we ended some weeks ago. And we're looking forward to starting the new season this fall. We'll get more information to you in future episodes of ClefNotes, so keep tuned for that. So Ross, Jacob, welcome.
How you
Thank you
doing?
for having us.
Yeah,
Okay,
thanks
so
for
let's
having us.
clear it up. Which one's voice is whose? So I'm going to point to Ross
Yeah, this is Ross.
and then Jacob.
Yes, this is Jacob.
And so now we know. And so what do you guys do?
We own and operate a local video production company here in Lubbock, Texas, and we specialize in mostly promotional and corporate commercial type video work.
Right. And so the listener will ask, why is Galen talking to these guys? Well, they have produced these very, I would say, impactful videos for the Lubbock Symphony for a variety of purposes. Can you run down a few of the things that we've done videos with you for?
Yeah, so initially we talked to Lubbock Symphony last summer, and they just kind of wanted to see what we could do. We got to sit down with Molly and Courtney, and I can't remember who else.
Yeah.
It's kind of several of them, and I think initially we had talked about basically doing like one big video and then also shooting for a morning. So that we could produce all of the broadcast advertising
Right.
for the symphony. So
Right.
I ran around Buddy Holly for about 12 minutes right after Yo-Yo Ma rehearsed. I nearly ran over him with a camera. But good thing his cello wasn't in the way.
Right.
But so we did that, and then we did like a Giving Tuesday campaign video to help, fundraise for the symphony, because I didn't know this, that the symphony is a nonprofit organization.
That's right. We put the non in nonprofit.
yeah. So we did that, and then around Christmas, I guess, we sat down with Molly and Courtney again and David Cho and talked about producing basically like these like informational podcast style
Right.
videos for the performance, which we've gotten a lot of great feedback on, because they kind of educate people who may not know the history of Tchaikovsky or Rigoletto or
Exactly.
ABBA.
That's right.
And so
It's kind of surprising how many people show up to the symphony events and don't know what they're getting into.
Interesting, right?
And so I thought that was it. We've learned a ton
Yeah.
about every performance that we've done these for.
So let's let's put ourselves back 100 years.
Right.
This was the form of entertainment. You didn't have
Absolutely.
everything, all the choices you
Right,
have now. So you
right.
go to the concert hall. You were pretty much up on things. You knew who Tchaikovsky was. You heard all his pieces, and so now tonight we're going to hear this new piece. Well, we already know everything he did prior to that. We all that education is already built into the performance.
Right.
We don't have that anymore.
Absolutely.
So that's why we wanted to bring you guys into the hall to kind of help us kind of push people over that ignorance bubble.
Yeah.
They feel scared that they don't know, right? They
Right.
feel insecure that, oh my God, I don't know how to talk about this.
Right.
We want to knock those barriers down.
Right.
That's why we got you.
Yeah. Well, and it increases your emotional investment.
Yes, it does.
Because we love being entertained, whether it's going to the movies or watching really, really terrible reality TV. But the symphony was kind of all those things, I mean, you think about Rigoletto is like the plot of terrible reality
That's
TV.
right. That's right.
Or
That's
soap
right.
operas.
Yep.
And
the deaths at the end are so like melodramatic.
just so dramatic. Yeah, absolutely. And so it's funny because, I didn't know any of that stuff. It's funny, every time we shoot one of these, it's like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know that.
My favorite tidbit was that David Cho grew up with ABBA posters on his wall. I don't know if that was true or
Imagine
not, but
that.
was my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, we want photos.
Yeah, right.
We want photos.
Right.
So, are you guys have musical backgrounds?
We
Yes.
do.
Yep.
We've been involved in music our entire lives.
Yep.
Our mother was a choir director in Midland for several years. She was a music teacher at our elementary before she started that job, and they would sing at weddings, funerals.
Yeah, our parents were wedding singers, like Church of Christ wedding singers back in the
yeah.
day.
Oh, so
A
acapella.
Acapella,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So
There's a big market for it back then. Yeah,
Yeah, 4-part harmony. I think
Shape
there's
notes,
a reason.
shape note
Yes,
passports.
very much.
absolutely.
Shape
Yeah,
notes.
Don't
So-
give me sheet music if it ain't got shape notes.
So with that time musically, the LSO approached you. What have you been surprised by in the experience in working with the Lubbock Symphony with all that you've done? And being, I would have also shared this perspective. You're local, right? You're
Right,
from Lubbock.
Yeah, yeah.
And so anything, what has surprised you about working with the Lubbock Symphony?
That's hard to say. Like we have been to some crazy jobs, and so getting surprised is rare.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything about the LSO that's really surprised me, except for how much we just love David Cho. And apparently
Absolutely.
David Cho really loves us as
Yeah,
well. And
he
that's
does.
a real
He
surprise.
does. He loves your work, and David's so magnanimous, with
Absolutely.
all he does in town.
Yes,
with
he
the
is.
musicians, our orchestra board, our patrons, our donors.
Yeah.
He's just everywhere, and you think, wow, when does that guy sleep?
Yeah,
Right,
that's exactly right.
And I would say the relationships has been the thing that surprised us the most, because it's not exactly a circle of people I ever thought that I would be spending time with. No nefarious reasons. It just never occurred to me that I would be.
Where we work, where we run.
Absolutely.
Two things that I never thought I would be plugged into, and that would be politics and the symphony. And we've been plugged into both in various ways now.
Professional
You get hired
capacities.
for political work too.
Yeah.
Not in a while, but we've made some friends
Yeah.
that keep us apprised. Like my wife works for one of our state representatives, maintaining his horses.
Yeah.
So and that happened through a job we did for him. But
So
yeah.
The next silly season is a year away. So.
Yeah, I would agree with Ross. We've worked with celebrities all over. We used to shoot SEMA, which was like the largest car show in the world.
Oh, right.
And so you just meet all these people that you go back home and you're like, oh, that's Pennzoil. That cardboard stand was about 6 inches taller than that lady.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And so it's always interesting when you're meeting somebody who is of quote unquote celebrity status. And I would say David Cho is a celebrity.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
he doesn't act like one, and he's so kind, and he'll never forget anything you tell him. His mind is a steel trap, and it terrifies me sometimes. But
Well, and if you have wives and children, he'll how are they, and you'll name them all.
Absolutely.
And, their
And
birthday's coming up, right? And
I don't know how he does it, but
Yeah.
but again, like it never fails. It doesn't matter if I'm having a great day or a bad day. If David walks in the room, that day is better. And so that's probably
very
my
sweet.
favorite part of like that. And then we did a shoot at Lubbock High a while back. We just got contracted for something, and we were trying to get into the auditorium, and here comes the orchestra director who also plays cello for the symphony.
Alejos,
Yeah. And we had just shot, maybe a month before that, the youth orchestra's program at the Civic Center. And so it's funny because we're trying to figure out how to get into this auditorium, and then here comes Alejos, and we're like,
Wait
are you
a
in
minute.
the, are
This
you,
guy
you're
looks
not in a tux,
familiar.
so
Yeah.
I'm second guessing myself right now, but do you play in the symphony? He's like, yeah. And they're like, oh, we're the video guys. And he's like, oh man, how you doing? So it's just funny to like make those connections and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Small town, small world.
Absolutely.
We all run in the same circles, even though we may not know all the same things.
Absolutely.
Right.
Now, now, when you go to do a shoot, how do you get ready for that? Are you asking lots of questions, or are you just kind of rolling the dice? You're going to set it up, and then you'll find out and learn as you go while you're doing the interviews and things?
We do not like to learn as we go.
Yeah.
We want to be as prepared as we can be. So there are a lot of questions asked. Now with the LSO podcast that we've been doing, we did 4 or 5 episodes?
Yeah, I think 4.
Four now.
And so we've got that one down pretty well. The only thing is if David decides to throw in a curveball that we might not be prepared for.
That never happens.
But no, never.
Yeah.
It's never happened.
Yeah.
Ever. But as far as those go, once we're set up and ready, the curveballs are just things that happen on screen, and that's easy to adapt to. That just
Right.
that just changes what we deliver. But beyond that, whenever we go into anything else, we always want to do a location scout.
Yeah.
If possible, we want to meet the people we're going to be shooting with or interviewing so that they kind of know who we are. They can start getting comfortable with us.
Yeah.
And but sometimes it's just a shotgun.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally dependent on where it is. If it's local here in Lubbock, then it's great because we can say, hey, do you mind if we come over and check out your space
Right,
beforehand?
right.
But we do shoots, all over the state, and sometimes you don't get the luxury of that.
What differentiates your work from another couple of guys with a truck full of video equipment? What makes you special?
That's a tough question.
No, it's not. It should be the one you have ready.
Well, we worked with and studied under some of the major players in Hollywood, and I don't like that. That sounds like a horn tooting thing, but we mentored under a guy named Shane Hurlbutt for a number of years. He shot Terminator Salvation. He's done a
Greatest
lot
Game
of
Ever
Netflix movies. Yeah,
Played.
Greatest Game Ever Played.
We Are Marshall.
And
Phenomenal director of
Active
photography.
Valor was kind of a unique one because he shot that one on a camera that wasn't designed for film.
So tell me, you work directly with this?
Yeah, so
we mentored under him.
Yeah.
Where in LA or?
It was virtual. We got to meet him. He'd started a group online that we were a part of. I was actually one of the first 10 people to become a part of it, and then he did a tour, and he came through Dallas, so we got to do his
lighting
class,
master class.
and then a master
okay.
class
Yeah.
that they gave me a scholarship for.
Okay.
Jacob went out to LA and did a workshop.
Yeah, I did a
with
workshop
them.
at their studio there that they had at the
So
time.
it's interesting the parallels between how a musician kind of gets into that
Right.
that field as well as a video person. You mentor, you learn, you go to conferences,
Absolutely,
you get
yeah.
lessons, you take master classes. I love
Yeah.
that.
And
Yeah.
we helped develop a master class called Cinema Sound back in 2016. We had gone to another tour that was just doing a day-long audio for film thing, and the director or the presenter liked us well enough that they contracted us to shoot it here in Lubbock. I think we spent 8 weeks shooting 80 hours of masterclass content
Yeah.
specifically for audio.
Yeah.
And so there was that. And then the other thing that I would say differentiates us is visual effects. That's, CGI on
We
TV.
don't get a lot of that in our little podcast.
No, we probably not. We
Hopefully not.
might.
We could. We should.
Actually, they
With
say
a
that.
Jurassic Park movie coming
That's-
up,
That's
That's
we
exactly-
have
David's
plans.
show should have.
We have some plans for
treatments.
that. Yeah. You know what? That Jurassic Park concert will be better than the newest Jurassic World movie because
Oh,
it was
okay. I'm
it was
sorry.
just so pathetically flat. It makes me sad because I love that franchise. And actually, 2 years ago I was in LA for a trade show that was on the Paramount lot. And I got to meet Dean Kundi, who was the director of photography for Jurassic Park.
The original?
Also, yeah, the original. Also, he shot all of the Back to the Future films. So it's just kind of funny.
Well, to that segue, October 31st, we will be showing Jurassic Park, the complete film, with the symphony playing below on the stage, below the screen. And that score is spectacular. If you
John
don't
Williams.
actually pay attention to it, and I heard the Waco Symphony perform this live, and I just couldn't believe what I was hearing because there's like 2 or 3 chase scenes in that movie that are so fast and so difficult.
Right.
So I'm excited to see how the orchestra
Yeah.
tackles that.
It's
That's
gonna
be
be fun.
It's very challenging.
It's funny. So I thinking of John Williams, I went and saw Superman last night.
Oh, okay.
Because it's now in theaters, and they like cheese off of the John Williams theme because they, obviously I think he's retired at this point.
Yeah,
You
he
hope
is
so.
now.
Goodness
He really
gracious.
is. Yeah, he's behind you.
But it's like they used the main theme from it, and I'm like, I looked at my best friend who I was with, and I was like, it's just not the same. You know the melody, but
Yeah,
there is
no.
nothing like the London Symphony Orchestra playing Superman in
in
the
Abbey
80s.
Road Studio, wherever it was. I mean,
Right,
yeah.
And so it's funny because I'm really excited about seeing the symphony play Jurassic Park.
That's really fun.
Because we're movie buffs. That's what we love doing.
That's cool. Hey guys, this has been a pleasure. I want people to know though how to get in touch with you if they're interested in your services. So why don't you tell us how to get in touch with you?
You can find us just about anywhere.
Yeah.
Hamil Bros, HAMILBROS.com. That's our tag on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. If you search for Hamil Bros, you will find us.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Ross, Jacob, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining me, everyone, for this installment of ClefNotes. If you're interested in tickets, season tickets for next season are on sale. We have packages ranging from 3-packs, 4-packs, all the way to super ticket for all of our events. So give us a call. 762-1688 or go online, lubbocksymphony.org. Thank you so much, and we will see you at the next episode of ClefNotes. Goodbye.